Hello and welcome to JUS 4407 Online Global Security. This is the week number 3 lecture entitled Threats to Security from Non-State Actors. Here's the agenda. First we'll talk about the topic of this week. Then we'll look at the lecture key points, otherwise known as the learning objectives for the week. We'll then talk about the deadlines for assignments this week, as well as the weekly discussion board, and then finally some final helpful hints and thoughts. This week's topic focuses on the many non-state actors who continue to pose threats to global security. As you remember, we looked at military threats during that first week. Now we're going to engage into the non-state actor threats that pose risks and impacts to global security. A couple of key points this week. We look into the term terrorism, something that is part of our everyday life, unfortunately now, but the term terrorism typically applies to non-state political violence, but it's worth mentioning that states frequently terrorize their own and other state citizens as well. Political non-state violence has been dominated by three types: nationalist non-state political actors, as well as Marxists and religious terrorist threats. A range of tactics have been used by governments to combat these threats with no clear consensus on what's the most effective. So we're seemingly dealing with different types of threats daily, and obviously it's our goal to try to find the most effective and efficient way to combat those threats. Lastly, political non-state violence is now far more common and persistent than state-to-state conflicts, typically in the military realm. This suggests that greater resources to negotiate solutions is required. However, that's not something that some governments are real interested in, and it just continues to be somewhat of a challenge when we're looking at this new type of threat from political non-state actors. As always, the deadlines for the assignments are as follows: 11:59 Saturday night, with the start of the week is at 12:01 a.m. on Sunday. So it runs the full week. As you know, all weekly assignments should be completed by the end of day on Saturday. Again, 11:59 is the deadline. My suggestion is to strongly try to get those assignments in so you're not struggling toward the end of the week to pull things together. Any late assignments, as noted on the syllabus, and I mention it as well each week, won't be accepted. So if there's an issue or concern, you have to get in touch with me in advance and let me know, and then we can make arrangements. Weekly discussion board, and that's our chance to be able to talk and converse and really get into the course content for the week. Again, this week's content seems very interesting and exciting, so I encourage a robust discussion board through the week. It's also my opportunity to gauge your attendance and participation. And as always, you need to supply at least a minimum of 3 responses. 1 response to the discussion board question, as well as 2 responses to other classmates. And important to note that to get full credit, you'd also have to include at least 1 reference citation, either from the e-text, which is fine, or any other external source that's a credible source. Best of luck this week and every week. Any concerns or challenges or issues or questions, please feel free to reach me via email as well as via my office phone. And I look forward to reading and responding back to your discussion board responses this week, as well as reviewing and grading your assignments. Good luck.